I think he's one of the best players. I think he's an all-NBA player. I don't give a shit. I'll say it. I think he's an all-NBA player. I know the true shooting percentage isn't like super up there at the rim and he's turning the ball over. I don't care. All the best players are turning the ball over because the ball's in their hand all the time. And it's not like his turnover numbers are out of control. It's not like they're crazy in the league. And they're getting better just like they did last year. This is what happens. Cade is Godzilla and Godzilla -1. He gets bigger. He gets better. That's exciting. That's explosive. And Mickey and I have taken it upon ourselves because it is that time of year. We know how hard and how cutthroat this industry is. We're in the working world too. We have gone out of our way to help Cade in his campaign for the All-Star break, which you should be voting every day for him, by the way. You can vote every day, vote for him every day.
Got to hit those days where it counts triple.
Hit Cade for 3 from deep.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're voting for him every day, you don't even need to pay attention to which one's a triple, or you just be voting
That's
for
right.
him.
That's right. All the days.
I know those broadcasters are voting for him. They won't stop talking about him. To help out Cade, get in the good graces of all the coaches and all the fans, we have taken it upon ourselves to create for Cade Cunningham his very own All-Star resume and cover letter. Because you really got to take it seriously. You got to write a cover letter if you want to get one of these jobs. If you're unemployed and struggling out there, get working on your cover letter game. They'll really set you apart, make you stand out, make you look personal. So we wrote that for you, Cade. I think I've got the wrong one up right now. Boom. There it is. The cover letter. Mickey, would you do the honors of reading this cover letter for us?
I would love to. This is a cover letter from us on Cade's behalf. Okay? Just be clear here. To whom it may concern, a.k.a. Adam Silver's Illuminati. What up, doe? Over the past 2024-2025 season, Cade Cunningham has proven himself to be an all-star in terms of individual stats, team wins, and just generally being that dude. Cade's road to greatness hasn't been easy. He's endured such hardships as shin splints, atrocious officiating, and the coaching styles of Monty Williams. Excuse me. Monty just gets me all in a tizzy. Last season's 28-loss streak took its toll, but it also turns Cade blood ice cold. This fall, he returned to the court with a vengeance, ascending from good young player to a serious problem. Surrounded by a young, raw squad and some mostly capable vets, Cade's 4 points, 10 assists, 7 boards, and 2 stocks have led this team to as many victories in 2 months as they had all last season. NBA players and media members alike have noted the Pistons' inspiring transformation from god-awful to not half bad. Cade's play has earned the praise of LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and my mother, who thinks he, quote, seems like a very nice young man.
He does, to be fair.
For her sake, I think he is. My mom's a good judge of character. For her sake, please consider him for the 24-2025 NBA All-Star team. We know Melo's flashy, but Cade has more dimes, more boards, more stocks, and more importantly, more wins, which everyone says always matters. Best swishes, not wishes, we're doing swishes.
I love that.
Order of the Blazing Horse.
That's so well written. You really made a nice case for him, and you were very sweet in this as well. There was very little shade thrown, except for he will not be named, who's listed on there as well. Currently,
got me all tongue tied.
He got you twisted like Keith Sweat on that. But I'm
PTSD.
Oh, poor Monty. All the best to you. I hope things are going well.
He's
Great.
fine.
He's fine. He's coaching high school. He's doing okay. So that's the cover letter. And to go along with that, because I can't remember the name of the guy, but on Twitter and on Blue Sky, this guy, I think he was with either SB Nation or Bleacher Report. I'm not going to throw too much shade or point because we had a conversation about it. But he posted that Cade Cunningham is like one of his favorite players to watch. He looks dominant, but his stats are just meh. And Twitter lost it. They lost it on this guy. I shared. I was like, meh. And I was like, he's averaging nearly a triple-double. Somebody like shares about it. He's like, okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Not meh, but his true shooting could go up and his turnovers could go down. And then he'd be great. And I was like, if those numbers, we were having this conversation. I said, if those numbers went up, then we'd be talking about MVP of the league potentially. Right. And he's like, that's all I meant. And I was like, well, saying that this guy could be an MVP if he got these two stats up, and this guy looks great, but his stats are meh, are saying two very different things. And We want everybody out there in the NBA world to know that he's not meh. Take a look at some of these Cade Cunningham stats. First of all, this is these guys' name at the top. With the Detroit Pistons, the D, a Little Caesars Arena. That's his Instagram handle up there, at Cade Cunningham with the 1 for the I. You might be familiar with some of his skills. Most importantly, put this first because I do think this is most important, leadership. The guy oozes leadership, seeps out of his body. Everyone says that about him. Everyone notices that about him. To be able to stay at this level of leadership over the last few years he's endured on this team, really incredible. Let's go through some of these other skills. Ankle breaking, spin cycles, live dribble passes, eye manipulation, lob distribution, mid-range J, pull-up 3, post-ups. This is for a guard, by the way. That's nuts. The baseline reverse, right? We got lefty slams. Maybe you saw the lefty slam against Utah. That was the second best dunk in the game. Unfortunately, Jordan Clarkson had the best dunk. Or not Jordan Clarkson, but George. Keontae George had the best dunk. But in the first half, I stood up and got out of the couch when I saw that Cade dunk. And my wife is like, what is going on? And I was like, I got to show you this. And she saw it and she's like, that was pretty good, but I don't care. That, for her to say it was pretty good is important.
That alone that speaks volumes.
we got the chill body trash talk, well, which is underrated, I think. Tim Duncan-esque. There was some like captured live audio from the game against the Lakers, and LeBron was like, "That's not for him right there. That's not for him." He's like, "This right here, right there." That's like very funny trash talk to me. Very very sweet trash talk. You're right. He is a nice young man, as your mom would say. Game-winning buckets, back-breaking blocks, triple-double generation. This man has a great education at Oklahoma State University. There for 1 year, became the first draft pick. He had a bachelor in opposing teams' nightmares that year. And, of course, from Montverde Academy in Montverde, Florida. Sick stuff. Now, shall we go? Can you see some of this stuff? Are you able to read off this? Do you want me to just go for the resume?
No, I'm looking.
Okay. Mickey, break us down with some of the game stats we got for Cade during the season here.
These are the up top.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, well, 23.9 points per game, 9.7 assists, 7 boards. Second in the NBA in assists to only who? Jokic?
Trey. He's ahead of Jokic.
Trey. He's ahead of Jokic. Third in the NBA in triple doubles, second only to LeBron and Jokic, and he's first in the East. Just wild.
Also the only one 23 and under with a triple double. He's nuts.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he just turn 23?
He just turned 23.
Yeah. Fifth amongst guards and blocks. 45.3% from the field, 37.3 from 3 on 6.4 attempts. Yeah. Just unbelievable clutch stats. First in blocks, ninth in assists, 15. The blocks have been out of control, and the chase downs.
I want to point out that first in blocks in the clutch, that's not amongst guards. That's amongst everybody. He's number one in the NBA in clutch blocks. For those who don't know, clutch is the last 5 minutes of a game or overtime when the score is 5 points or less.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, he's legit. You know what, though? Your friend made me think of or the guy who said that his stats were meh, like basically saying that in order to get any eyeballs, Cade would basically need to put up MVP numbers. Obviously, that's not fair. but I do think that is the attitude of people who don't watch Pistons games. And that's why, like, it doesn't matter that Melo has been having an amazing season points wise. It hasn't been resulting in wins. But Melo is loud and he puts up 30 points and he has a shoe and used to be on TV. It's just crazy how much louder. Oh, you know what else is funny too that I think people in the know talk about? Cade is what the kids call an ethical hooper, which means that he's not. I mean, this is actually, you could kind of count this against him because he would probably have more points if he was a better foul baiter. But yeah, as we've talked about, Cade drives as much as anyone in the league and gets the fewest calls. Proportion to the amount of times that he's putting it on the deck and
he
just
definitely
having
makes
crazy
a strong
usage.
case for worst whistle in the NBA.
But ethical hooper.
Ethical hooper.
Ethics. I think about All-Star.
I choose basketball ethics.
Yeah. That's like a type of lawyer.
Jalen Brunson's like basketball ethics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he passed the bar at that.
So let's talk about some accomplishments on the season for Cade as well. He just got Eastern Conference Player of the Week for the first time in his career on like just out of control numbers. I think averaging like 27 points, 12 assists a game, and like close to 9 rebounds or something. First Piston triple-double at the New Madison Square Garden. That's in 40 years. The first time that it's happened for a Piston, and like what on a marquee night against this Knicks team, against America's favorite Knicks team, shut them the hell up. The Knicks team that embarrassed them earlier this season, I might add. He set career highs in assists in 3 of 4 consecutive games with 14 assists, 15 assists, and then 18
That was in like 10 days.
assists. 18 assists, so nuts. 3 consecutive triple doubles in early November, from November 4th to November 8th. He had the
Freak.
Absolute freak. He didn't have 3 triple doubles in his career, and then he hit 3 in the same stretch of games, since 3 straight games. That's unbelievable for this guy. That game tying out of bounds sideline alley oop to Dern to beat Miami in that game, where the Spo called the timeout. Everyone remembers that. That is a marquee moment. The game winning bucket against Jimmy Shoeless against Miami right there. The game-winning bucket followed by the game-saving block against Atlanta. And that bucket was crazy with the left hand.
That shot, that kind of like hooky layup off the glass, I feel like he pulled something similar for the
Lakers game.
Layup in LA.
Against
I feel
LeBron.
Like that's becoming, we talk a lot about, like that reverse layup being one of Cade's go-tos, but that extendo reach off the glass hook layup, that's becoming the money shot.
His arsenal is out of control. Like the spin move that no one can touch him on because he's so massive in the post.
Yeah.
Like being able to post up on people, the baseline reverse, the mid-range as you said, the lefty floater, the lefty slam. Right now, the splitting slam is like another thing he's been doing, like splitting 2 defenders and just rising to the hoop and throwing it down super hard on him. And also, the pull-up 3 is becoming a Cade Cunningham staple as well. He's just so nuts. And that's just like scoring-wise. We're not even talking about his passing. The passes are like so they're such droolers, man. Let's get back to these accolades. We talked about this one not long ago. The game-sealing step-back 3 in Kevin Durant's eye. Broke both of Kevin Durant's eyes. Right before Christmas. He'll shoot you right out. Red Ryder rocket, that man.
Do you see the salute afterwards?
Yeah, dude. Oh, so
swaggy.
So great. Also alluded to, he broke both of Austin Reeves' ankles this season and swept the Lakers. He broke an ankle in both those games. What absolute highlight.
And then
was.
Duran broke his head.
Yeah, man,
that was nuts.
That was pretty friggin' incredible.
He did not look okay.
No, that was rough. Shout out to all the heads out there. Stay strong.
Hope he's all right.
The Bradley Beal poster, which
Bradley Beal should have made a business decision. I don't know if I would have jumped.
It was what we call the wrong choice. 2 Derek White posters. That's 2 blocks. 2 poster dunks on one of the best blocking dunks. 2 poster dunks on one of the best blocking guards in the NBA. I checked the stat out earlier today. I was going through all the games. And this is according to Yahoo. But Cade Cunningham was the game leader in either points or assists in 21 of 26 games he's played. That's not just on the Pistons. That's between both teams. That's fucking sick.
He's a force, man. He's a force. The Derek White thing is so funny too. He does seem to yam on Derek White, but I do feel like for every time you block Derek White, he probably blocks you twice. We'll
talk about that in the Players We Wish for Pistons segment.
He's the perfect backcourt mate.
Yeah.
He would absolutely be perfect. But whatever. You're not gonna get him from
He's a great player, but is he an all-star over Cade Cunningham? I don't think so, because the Boston Celtics did not do well in the NBA Emirates Cup, and Detroit was led by Cade Cunningham to a 3-1 record. Almost got in. They just had a tough game against Milwaukee. Rough stuff, but
They lost to the Sixers on Christmas.
they did. Rough stuff.
Not great.
Rough stuff. Rough stuff for Boston. Bad luck.
I was going to say trouble in paradise, but it's can't imagine referring to Boston as paradise. It's just not.
I have a hard time thinking of them as in trouble too. I kind of think of them as
Fucking paradise, bro.
fucking hilarious, man. That was a great Boston accent. Good for you. I'm so happy you pulled that off.
Thanks, bro. Fucking wicked. It's terrible.
Did you? Okay, This is like a little side story. It has nothing to do with the Detroit Pistons and Cade Cunningham at all. Did you ever watch Flavor of Love or any of those?
I did watch some Flavor of
shows?
Love. Yeah.
So there was the I Love New York. She was one of the contestants on Flavor of Love, and she had like a love interest named Mr. Boston. Do you remember Mr. Boston?
No.
So he was just like a blonde guy or whatever, but he had a thick Boston accent. And they're making shows like that nonstop, and he was getting a lot of like attention on the show. Tila Tequila also had a show. It was called Shot at Love with Tila Tequila.
I remember. Yeah.
That had a season 2, and when season 2 was getting made, your boy Harry in Detroit got a call, and they said, "Hey, Harry Moros, would you like to play Mr. Detroit on Shot at Love with with Tila Tequila season 2?"
And you said,
"How much are you going to pay me?" And they
bottom line it.
They said, "Well, we're not going to pay you very much, but you can go to bars, and bars will pay you a ton of money just to show up and be there." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't think that's going to cut it for me, so I'm not going to do that." And then we go on to find out that Tila Tequila is a Nazi supporter, and that could have been bad news for Mr. Detroit Jew Harry Moros on Shot at Love season 2 with Tila Tequila.
But then you could have played yourself in the Ryan Murphy FX series all about the scandal.
It could have been me.
I'm saying this could have gone full circle for you in a really good way, but you fumbled the bag, bro.
Oh, man, my bad. I really did fumble that bag. I fumbled that reality TV bag. But we cannot have the refs, or not the refs, but the coaches and the fans of the NBA fumble this Cade Cunningham all-star case. Again, all NBA case. Get those numbers up. We'll see how it's going to go. Boost them. Get it, dude. Cade, for our sake, get another triple-double tonight.
Get another triple-double. You got to sweep this road trip. And you might need like a 50 ball just to remind everybody what's like. I'm not saying it should be this way. I'm just saying, like, to people like that guy on Twitter and like every Laker fan that I bowl with, like, they will not pay attention unless you literally make them.
Mm-hmm. If he drops a 50 ball and continues to play these stats, that has to cement him as a third team All NBA consideration, maybe choice. And also, if he continues these numbers, I know there's been a lot of talk about like the future face of the NBA, the youth movement of the NBA, because of like right now, like LeBron's on the way out, Curry's on the way out. Like as far as like an American sport, they want an American being the face, and the big names are like Wembanyama and Jokic and Luka. And,
yes, the Americans,
right? And that those aren't Americans. I mean, Shea's Canadian, even.
Right.
So you got like Ant, but like Cade can really make a statement to be the face of the American NBA, like the American face of the NBA at this point.
You know what Cade has not done is like waved around firearms or said slurs on social media. I'm not saying that should determine who becomes the face of the NBA, maybe, but if you want a well-rounded, incredible player who is scandal-free, you know, it's more than you can say about some of the other contenders.
No shade.
Not passing judgment on that.
No judgment, no shade.
Just pointing out that's something that they've done, and that's not something he's done.
Mm-hmm. Also, let's get over this idea that Detroit is like a small market city. Detroit is one of America's oldest, greatest, most important cities. Detroit's back on the map. Look how popular the friggin' Lions are while they're playing well. This is not a
Such
small
a
market
sports
anymore.
town.
This is a sports town. This is a town America wants to get behind, and Cade can be that guy. Scandal-free, triple-double getting, all-star resume, left-hand yamming,
Nanny-born leader.
Oh my God, Jalen Green face slapper. This guy should be in the All-Star game. Let's make it happen. Let's go tonight. I'm all juiced out. Are you all juiced out?
I'm juiced the frick up, dude. I'm brimming with juice currently.
I'm juiced up right now. I got you. I thank you.